This 17 News at Noon podcast is brought to you by Clinica Sierra Vista.
Welcome back to the 17 News at Noon podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Well, good day. I'm Elena Rusk. This morning, a judge granted a motion modifying a gag order on the case of accused child killers, Trezell and Jacqueline West, who are charged in the disappearance and presumed murder of their adoptive sons, Oren and Arson. The defense attorneys representing the Wests waived their client's appearance for Tuesday's hearing. Now, today's motion allows prosecutors to share information with not only the defense counsel, but also with parties in a related child dependency case. The Wests have 4 other kids, 2 biological and 2 other adopted children. A prosecutor said discovery gathered in the case, enough to fill 2 terabytes of data, is expected to be available by Friday for all defense attorneys in the criminal case and the parties in the dependency case. Both Wests remain in custody without bail on 2 counts of second-degree murder, 2 counts of felony child cruelty, and falsely reporting an emergency. Grand jury transcripts and other documents have been ordered sealed, and a gag order issued barring attorneys, investigators, and witnesses from publicly commenting on the case. And jury selection for the murder trial of Matthew Queen has already wrapped up, according to court officials. And in court today, the judge denied a motion for a change of venue, finding that Queen can receive a fair trial here in Kern County. The judge said of the 12 jurors, 8 had never heard of the case, and the other 4 said they had heard of it but couldn't remember specifics. In reviewing the motion, the judge said that the jurors could be fair and impartial. Now, 45-year-old Queen and his ex-girlfriend Bailey Despot are accused of torturing and killing Michael Holzenbake in 2018. Holzenbake's severed arm was found in the Kern River, and his skull recovered last year east of the overflow parking lot in Pile Boys Camp. Queen is charged with murder, torture, and dozens of other offenses in what has become known as the Bakersfield 3 case. Despot has been missing since 2018. Jury selection is expected to take up to 2 weeks, but now that that's done in a matter of days, Queen's trial is now set to begin on Monday and is expected to last a couple weeks. And an arson suspect is due in court today after a Southwest Bakersfield mansion went up in flames over the weekend. It happened Saturday night and into Sunday morning. Local pilot Bill Destefani owns the 3-story, 18,000 square foot mansion and says he was sleeping a few hundred feet away in the unattached office. Palazzo Destefani, as the sprawling estate is called, has not had full-time occupants since it was built in 2007. It is often used as a wedding venue. But according to Destefani, one man is on the property late Saturday night uninvited. Fire investigators spotted a man who matched the previous night's description and detained him Sunday morning at Independence High School. The fire department says he had allegedly started 2 additional fires. That suspect, named as Marty Cias, was booked on 3 felony arson charges. His bail set at $85,000, and he faces an arraignment hearing later today. All right, we now turn to your 17 homicide tracker. Police are investigating a deadly shooting that took place early Sunday morning on East Truxton at the Morisco's Urapan nightclub in East Bakersfield. The shooting broke out around 2 a.m. in the parking lot. The coroner's office has identified the man killed as 42-year-old Abraham Diaz. Another person was critically injured in that shooting, while an elderly man was shot in his own bedroom by a stray bullet. That victim is expected to recover, while there is no update on the other victim shot in the parking lot. Bakersfield police have not yet released any suspect information. And we now know the name of a man shot and killed in South Bakersfield early Sunday morning. That happened just after 1 a.m. on Lotus Lane near Bradshaw Street. The coroner's office reports 52-year-old Reginald Anthony Johnson was killed in that shooting. Police say 32-year-old Jamel Keaton was arrested and booked on a first-degree murder charge. He is also due in court this afternoon. Now, by our count, there have been 21 homicides in Kern County so far this year. Go to kget.com and click on the homicide tracker to see stories about these victims and resources for those impacted by the murders. If you know anything about these cases, you're encouraged to call the Secret Witness Hotline at 322-4040.
Hello, this is Tim Callahan with Clinica Sierra Vista, and we're excited to unveil the Community Health Center of the Future, our comprehensive care center. It's located right across the street from Memorial Hospital. We have every service under one roof, from family medicine, OBGYN care, dental services for adults and children, behavioral health, and much more. So find your way to better care at Clinica Sierra Vista this year at our comprehensive care center. Visit our website, clinicasierravista.org, for the latest on this project. We'll see you soon.
And now to some news around town. Today is National Vietnam War Veterans Day, and the Portrait of a Warrior Gallery held a special breakfast and remembrance ceremony this morning in honor of all who have served. Kern County lost 194 local military service members in the Vietnam War, and while ceremonies like this are to honor them, it is also to appreciate everyone who served. Local veterans advocates say Vietnam veterans didn't get the welcome home they deserved when they came back, and services like this are an effort to make that right. Now 17's Marco Torres was there, and he will have much more on today's ceremony tonight on 17 News at 5. In your 17 Business Watch, the State Assembly unanimously approved a bill designed to extend the moratorium on rental evictions for those behind on their bills due to the pandemic. That's according to nonprofit news organization CalMatters. The bill now heads to the state Senate for a vote. The state's eviction moratorium is currently set to expire at the end of March. That's this Thursday. The current law says a judge must pause an eviction proceeding if a rent relief application is pending. Assembly Bill 2179, proposed last week by Concord Democrat, Tim Grayson, would shield tenants through June 30th as the state continues to process this paperwork. Governor Gavin Newsom will likely sign that bill. And now to news of the coronavirus and Pfizer's COVID-19 pill. Paxlovid is being studied by British scientists to be approved as a possible treatment for hospitalized patients. The tests are being called the recovery trial. Paxlovid has already been approved for early-stage COVID treatment across Britain, but this study aims to see if the drug can lower the risk of death among COVID patients in hospitals long-term. In your 17 Health Watch, the CDC says influenza cases are climbing nationwide. Experts estimate there has been at least 3 million flu cases and 1,800 deaths, according to numbers analyzed last week. The agency says the highest levels have been recorded in the central and south central regions of the U.S. Some areas have been seeing such bad outbreaks that schools are closing temporarily for cleaning. Doctors say it is not too late to get the flu vaccine to protect yourself.
The 17 News at Noon podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.